Hey, what's going on, vets? Markel here. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I just wanted to come on real quick to say that yes, on Saturday, there's going to be a Saturday roll call. But also, I want to answer the most recent questions that were left behind and a bunch of questions from some of you vets who are now thinking about coming again to Medellin, Colombia. So let's go ahead and get started with the most recent question, which is a question I was actually going to ignore because it should be obvious. But I'm gonna go ahead and mention it here and answer it the same way I did in the comment section, which is this. This is someone who's on TDIU. And this is someone who watched the video I did about TDIU and working. And their question was, the $1,000 or whatever the minimum is set by Congress, is that gross or is that net? And it's like, come on, man. You filed taxes before. When you file taxes, do you give them the net amount you make or the gross amount you make? So obviously they're gonna go by your gross amount before taxes. That should be obvious. But once again, people who are on TDIU love to take risks. They love to take chances because a lot of times they're not disabled. They're not disabled to the point where they can't work, but they wanna pretend like they are, which is why they normally ask questions like that. So when a guy asks me a question about, okay, well, is that gross or net? That's basically telling me, ain't a damn thing wrong with you. You can go to work, you just choose not to. You rather limit your income to $3,600, $3,700 a month than take the $1,700 or $1,800 they're gonna give you for your actual disability and go out and make as much as you can. You rather limit yourself. So for those of you on TDIU, man, think. Go back and read the application that you filled out. Understand what you filled out. Because when you come to me and you ask me this question, I'm looking at it just like someone who works at the Department of Veterans Affairs. If you got to ask me something while you're on TDIU about working, about going to school, you know what you're telling me and what you're telling them when you go ask them that question? Ain't a damn thing wrong with you. Nothing. Because people who are legitimately disabled, this is real talk. You tell me someone who is legitimately on TDIU that's disabled, that's actually thinking about going back to work or trying to go to work. Name me one who is legitimately disabled on TDIU trying to go to work. I know none. But I know plenty of people who get online every day trying to research a way to get around getting on TDIU and working. Because if you can work, that means you don't need TDIU. You just don't want to work. You're choosing not to because you want to get this $3,700 a month. Think about that next time you all ask that question regarding TDIU. Just saying. Okay, let's get to the next question, which was about me putting out an article on the community page. You guys should really go check out the community page because I put a lot of stuff there of some events that are happening throughout the week or throughout the month that involves veterans, okay, and the Department of Veterans Affairs. So there was a situation, I believe it was in North Carolina, South Carolina, I can't remember. I'll put a picture up here somewhere, where this doctor was sexually abusing their patients, veterans. So let me say this, because I know sometimes, you know, you're like, man, if I say something, I may lose my benefits. Or if I say something, my spouse may lose their benefits. Or if I say something, you know, they may try to take what we have away. Look, abuse is abuse. If you're not saying anything, that means that you're letting them get away with it. And they're gonna do it every time you go. They're gonna abuse you and they're gonna abuse other people. Never take abuse from anybody. 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 You're not the one doing anything wrong. You're the victim. Report it. Report it to whoever you feel comfortable talking to, whether it's your primary care doctor, your psychiatrist, your physical therapist, patient advocate office, calling the Inspector General's office, going to the local press, whoever you need to talk to. Do not allow people to abuse you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because in the end, you're doing more harm than good, because if this goes on for a long period, this is years now that's weighing on you. That might be weighing on somebody else who's younger, who doesn't really know any better, who thinks that if they report it, they're gonna get in trouble. You're not gonna get in trouble for telling the truth. You're not gonna get in trouble for exposing something that should not be happening, okay? Report it. Regardless of what it is, you're being abused in any kind of way, verbally, physically being abused, report it. Do not let it continue, all right? All right, so let's get to Medellin, Colombia. Now, lately, I've gotten a lot of questions from at least 7 veterans who are considering moving to Medellin, Colombia. Questions about Social Security disability insurance, question about whether VA would say anything about them moving to Colombia. Okay, now I know from looking at my analytics that there are a lot of veterans who watch pervert channels and mongrel channels. I'm just gonna talk to you frank, okay? I don't watch any of these channels, but I can see it on my analytics where channels that some of you guys watch are some of the worst channels, in my opinion, that you could ever watch about this country or any other country, because a lot of those perverts that talk about stuff, sex tourism, don't even live in the country. Matter of fact, they probably haven't been to the country in 2 or 3 years, but every day or every week, they putting out stuff, whether they regurgitating stuff that was already in the news that you can easily look up, things like El Colombiano, El Tiempo, Minuto 30, where you can go read for your damn self. But apparently, a lot of you all are too lazy to do that. But not only that, why are you coming? What are you coming for? Because if you're coming strictly for prostitution and drugs, you ain't gonna be here long. Don't even plan on packing your bags, be here full time. I give you 6 months to a year. You'll be like everybody else who comes here on a dream and get the fuck out. Because you ain't gonna be here long. That's just facts. You don't believe me? Go back in YouTube, put in 2018 and type in YouTubers talking about Medellin, Colombia. Look how many of these YouTubers will tell you guys, this was paradise. This is the greatest place on earth. This is black man's paradise. And you damn dummies out there believe that bullshit. And how many of those same people going back hell, you can go back to 2017, 2016, 2015, of these same people telling you all this BS. How many of them are still here? How many of them still here? Popular YouTubers just bragging and telling you all this is the greatest place on earth. They got the fuck out. They got the fuck out within a year. Some of them within 6 months. Why is that? Because it ain't what you think it is, okay? Especially when you coming in on a limited income. I want to show you people something. This was just last night, okay? See, because you got people who also here that love to tell you all, live as cheap as you can. Come stay in this barrio or rent a couch, rent a room in certain areas in this city for $200, $250. You know, eat at the cheapest places. So let me show you guys what local Colombians were doing in areas that are recommended by some of these YouTubers. You think this is called living like a king? When you got to go outside and sweep your street so traffic can get by. Move all kind of trash and shit out the way so traffic can get by. This is living like a king. Because this is what's being recommended to you people. Okay? This is what's being recommended. This is living like a king. You know, I get so tired of trying to explain and trying to be nice because some of you all are so desperate and hard up, and you sit there and you exchange pictures and videos of naked girls all day. This is the only thing some of you all got going in your life. Some of you all travel to different countries, not to learn the experience, the culture, but to try to find as many poor girls that you can find to exploit. That is sad as fuck, and I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. Plain and simple. Don't reach out to me because the pervert you were watching gave you misinformation, and now you're trying to find somebody to give you better information about living in areas, better places, or figuring out what's the best way to get a bank account, what's the best way to deal with your visa situation. Don't come to me after you've gone to them and learn some dumb shit, and now you want to come to me asking me, well, oh man, I see you did this, how did you do this? No. Go back to the pervert you started watching first. Go listen to their dumb ass and what they're telling you. Because I'm not on here showing you naked women, and I'm never going to do that. Okay? If you want to learn when it comes to VA and Social Security, what benefits you may have entitled to you, cool. But I'm not here to try to help you fix whatever your ails are when it comes to women. It's not my fault you don't know how to talk to them. You don't know how to address them or how to treat them. And when you're watching fucked up channels like that, you never will. You're alone now for a reason. And you're probably gonna be alone for the rest of your life. Thinking that way, trying to abuse women, because that's all it is abuse when you come here and you trying to exploit the poorest people among you. And then when you go to America, you don't want to be exploited. That's the funniest part of all. You got these deadbeats, most of them got kids they ain't even taking care of, will get online and try to explain to you what you need to do in another country they don't even live in. And I'll be damned if you dum-dums don't listen to the dumb shit that they tell you. It is incredible. But don't bring that dumb shit to me. Because what I do is, I go to your channel. I see who you subscribe to. And when I see it's a line of perverts that you subscribe to, don't bring your ass to me asking me questions about nothing. You need to go to them perverts that you started out watching and ask them. Because what happens is, the fucked up information that they give y'all try it. This shit don't work. Then you want to come to somebody like me, who's been living here for a long time, that you didn't want to watch from the beginning because I'm not showing you naked ass all day. That's all you wanted to see. Now you come to me, well man, you know, this is what I heard, but it didn't work out, so how can I'm not telling you a goddamn thing. Matter of fact, I'll probably block you. That's how serious I am about it, because I don't want you. I don't want you nowhere near me, because any fucked up thing that you do, I don't want you traced back to me anyway, anyhow. This is why I don't fuck with people from the States. So if that's you out there, you just traveling to different countries and you trying to sleep with as many poor girls as you can, then cool, do you. You're a grown man, live whatever way you want. But don't bring that bullshit here. Don't bring it here. If all you got in your conversation and your total arsenal is sex tourism and drugs, keep that shit where it belongs with the other perverts. Other than that, guys, I'm out.
For the music stop playing, I'ma take a dance. For the stars stop shooting, I'ma take a glance. It's okay to be afraid, I'ma take a chance. I ain't taking nothing from you, let me take your hand. Give me your hand, yeah. Too much to hold on to alone. Ay. Give me your hand, yeah. Too much to hold on to alone. Ay. Give me your hand. Too much to hold on to alone. I'm hanging on. Give me your hand. Yeah. Too much to hold on to.